Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this short pants I'm putting on this video. If you would like to see how I cut and sew this pants, make sure you watch to the end and don't skip any part of this video so that you miss anything. At the end of this tutorial, if you find my video helpful, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell for more videos. Okay, this is the leftover Ankara fabric I'll be using to make this pants. I also have this 1.5 inches elastic band. You can also use 1.5 inch. I'll be drafting the front part first, so I've folded my fabric into two. The next thing is to place my vertical measurement. So I'll be removing 2 inches for the band. On the starting point, I'll place the 2 inches. This is a free pant, so there's no need of marking your hip line measurement. So to get your crotch line, you divide your hip by 4. Whatever you got, you add 1.5 inches. This is because it's a free pant, so I have 13.5 inches. I'll be attaching my measurement on the screen. The length of this pant is 17 inches. I'll add 1.5 inches for folding allowance. After that, I'll go ahead and rule my lines out. After ruling the lines out, I'll be folding in the 1.5 inches for hemming allowance. You fold it in so that when you are hemming your trouser, you won't rush shortage of fabric. On this my crotch line depth, I'll be marking how free and bogus I want the short pant to be. So to do that, you divide your hip by 4. I'll add extra 1.5 inches. That's how free I want it. If you want it to be more free, you can add 2 or 2.5 inches. So I'll rule the line straight down. On that line, I'll be placing my crotch extension. To get your front crotch extension, you divide your hip by 20. Whatever you got, you place it here. So after marking it, I will now curve the crotch line the way you see me doing. The next thing is to roll it down. I don't want the trouser leg to be too free, so I will be reducing it. I'll mark 1.5 inches to shape the leg. You can decide to leave it if you want yours to be free, but mine, I reduce 1.5 inches and I will slant it the way you see me doing. This is how I want it. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. After cutting it out, I will unfold the hemming allowance. Can you see the shape now? So the next thing is to slash it open. After slashing it open, I'll fold another fabric for the back part. I'm gonna have to fold the back part, so I will place the front part on the folded fabric. As you can see, I left about 4 inches on the upper part and about 3 inches by the side. Can you see that? The reason why I left some inches on the upper part is because of our buttons. I'll be extending the back crotch with about 2 inches. If you don't do this, you'll find that after sewing your trouser, it won't cover your buttons. So after that, I'll slant it the way you see me doing. After slanting it, I'll be coming out by 2.5 inches. If you're a very slim person or if you don't have big buttons, you can mark 1.5 inches. So this 2.5 inches, I will take it down the way you see me doing, and I will connect it back to the front crotch. For the back crotch extension, what you need to do is just to add 2 inches from the front crotch extension. You don't need to calculate anything for the back crotch extension. What you just need is to get front crotch extension. From the front crotch extension, I'll mark 2 inches for the back crotch extension. So the 2 inches, I'll just take it down the way you see me doing. After that, the next thing is to cut it out. I will also slash the back part open. After that, I'll go to my sewing machine and join the front crotch. I'll sew with 1/2 inch this way. I'll also join the back crotch. After sewing it, I'll come back and show you what I have. This is what I have when I was done sewing the crotch. This is for the front part and this is for the back part. The next thing I'll be showing you now is how to cut the pocket. I'll fold my fabric into 4. I'll now cut the shape of my pocket. I use the length of 11 inches for the pocket, and for the width I use 7 inches. I will now give my pocket the shape that I want. After that, I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I have my 4 pockets here. After cutting it out, I went ahead to weave both the pocket and the trouser. This is what I have when I was done weaving it. Make sure you weave before attaching your pocket. Also make sure I weave my pocket round. So before I attach the pocket, I will shape the leg of the trouser. So I'll put the front and back together the way you see me doing. I'll make sure that the front and back is matching. The back part is bigger than the front part, so you align it together and sew with half inch on the both sides. Can you see the excess at the back? This is because we added extra inches on the back part, so you make sure it's equal before shaping. After shaping the side with half inch, I will also sew the crotch with half inch. You place it together like so and sew with half inch. So I've gone ahead to sew it. As you can see, I've also folded the hem of the trouser. Can you see what I have? So the next thing I will do now is to fix the pocket. After placing it together, I will measure down half inch. So from the half inch, I'll sew with half inch round. You sew each one like this. After that, I'll come down by 1 inch from the waistline of the pants. I'll measure what I have here. I have 6 inches left after sewing it round, so I'll mark the 6 inches and I will use my seam ripper to open it up to that 6 inches. After that, the next thing is to attach the pocket. So can you see what I have? This is because I came down by half inch before I sew it round. So I have also opened the 6 inches I measured down earlier. You first of all measure down 1 inch and open it up to 6 inches. That's the width of the pocket. So that's what I did here. So you just watch how I'm going to attach it. This is very simple. So I'll place it the way you see me doing. Can you see what I'm doing? After placing it like this, I'll sew with half inch. Make sure you use a pin to hold it down before sewing. After sewing this side with half inch, I'll turn it to the other side and also repeat the same thing. Sew with half inch. This is the one that I've already fixed. Can you see that? So the next thing is to fix the band. I'll measure what I have on the waistline. So from the center front, we measure each round. After measuring the round waist, I went ahead to cut a band. The length of the band is what I have on the waistline. I added 1 inch for joining allowance, and for the width I have 5 inches. If you put it on fold, you have 2.5 inches. The width of the band is 2 inches plus half inch sewing allowance. That's why I cut 5. The next thing is to sew the band. So I will fold the band into 2 the way you see me doing. Before you sew it, you consider the elastic that you have. So I have 1.5 inches for my elastic, so I'll be creating a casing for that. So you first of all measure down 1 inch. So I'll leave a space of 1.5 inches. This is the 1.5 inches, and I'll continue stitching. My elastic will be passing through the 1.5 inches. So I will sew with half inch like this, pass stitch here and pass stitch here. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is the 1.5 inches hole I left. Can you see the opening? So I will open it up this way and top stitch on the both sides. After top stitching it, I have something like this. It's now laying flat. Make sure you top stitch it so that it will lay flat. So after that, you now fold it into 2. fold it properly the way you see me do and give it a proper ironing. This is what I have when I was done ironing it. I went ahead to stitch the band down, stitch it down to secure it. So can you see the hole? This is the hole that I created. The line is there, there's no need of notching it. So what you just do is to hold it on that line. I'll be matching it with the front. So you match it on the line that you have on the front part. You make sure that the line on the band is matching the line on the pants. After holding it down with a pin, I'll go to my sewing machine and sew with 1/2 inch round. So I'll do that off camera and come back and show you. So I'm done fixing it. Can you see what I have? You weave it. I'll go and weave it first. After overlocking it, I have something like this. So the next thing is to top stitch on it. I'll spread it out like this and top stitch on the trouser part. Don't top stitch on the band, you top stitch on the trouser part. So I'll do each round before I insert my elastic band. So this is what I have when I was done. The next thing I'll do now is to insert the elastic band. Turn it to the right side. So I will locate the middle of the pants. As you can see, I have the hole there already. For the elastic band, I'll be removing 3 inches from my actual round waist. I don't want it to gather too much, that's why I remove only 3 inches. So if your waist is 30, you remove 3 inches and cut the band out. So I'll go ahead and cut mine out. After cutting it out, I'll use my safety pin to insert it. Just do it the way you see me doing. So just fold it like so and put it in. After bringing the elastic band out, I will hold the both ends together. Make sure you overlap it. Can you see how I overlapped it? I will now go and top stitch on it. After that, you have something like this, and I will make sure I put everything inside. Just drag the waist line. The elastic band will enter inside. Can you see what I'm doing? After that, you now have something like this. The next thing I'll do now is to stitch down the elastic so that it can give it that crunchy effect. Can you see? So before I start the rope, I will measure down 1/2 inch from the top and I will stitch it down round. When you are stitching it, make sure you are dragging it like this. Drag it so that it will give it that crunchy effect. The way I'm marking the 1/2 inch is how you are going to be sewing it. As I'm sewing it, I'll be dragging it. After stitching the top, I will also measure down 1/2 inch. From the down, you come up by 1/2 inch and so this is what I have when I was done sewing it. Can you see? It's looking very beautiful now. The next thing is to insert the rope. I'm gonna have to cut out my rope, so you can use any length that you want. I was not having enough fabric, so I have 2 inches here. I'll fold it the way you see me doing. After folding it, I will stitch on it. This is the rope that I'm going to be inserting on the hole. So this is not hard, you can do it. I've gone ahead to insert my own rope. I didn't know my camera was not recording when I was doing that, but I believe that you can do that. This is the end of the tutorial.